well as great for the next topic.
네, 질문 있으시면 질문을 받도록 하겠습니다.
There's so many different channels. We listed some of them. There are, nowadays in indie games, there's so many different channels. Like social media, streaming, YouTube, blah blah blah. How do you guys prioritize? I'm assuming the answer is you do them all, which is hard. Right. How do you guys prioritize where you spend your both time resources and money resources? Or is it per game? Is it how do you online games?
We don't do them all, but we set up official accounts, channels for each one. So at least we're kind of parking our own, your Snapchat, your Facebook, your Twitter. But what we found is, for example, Instagram is really good for photos. Twitter is much better for videos. So each one of these has specific purposes, but also when it comes down to games as well. So to your point, we look at historic data as far as like what we've done and what has worked. So we have our own internal data. But we also look at, in the case of Spy Party, it's a little more difficult because you create a game that's pretty unique to games. So you can't go back and say like, what have other Spy Parties done? In our case, we recently released a game called Road Strangers, which is a 2D fighting game. And we look at what the fighting games do. So you have stuff like Event Hunts.com, you have ShoreYukin.com, and you have a very specific community of players, which you hashtag FGC, fighting game community, and it's very specific. So for each game, we initially look at it, we have a dedicated PR person, and he looks at each game and says, where can we go? And there are some standbys where it's like we do try to reach the IGN and the spots, and all these big websites. Most of them aren't going to be as interested if the game doesn't have the word Call of Duty in it, or Destiny, but you still have to try, and you will find that ambassador. You will find, up until recently, IGN had a really good Nintendo guy, and some of us know what happened there. But you find what markets are good for it, and you have to go to the website. So for us, we're very all these types of sites that, for all intents and purposes, they might not be millions and millions and millions of views. But you prefer to have, what do you prefer to have, like a million people who might be interested in the game for 1% conversion, or 50,000 that have a 50% conversion? I know which one I would pick. So the answer, I know it's a little bit nebulous, but it's you treat yourself and you treat your game and your company as like a very official, proper entity. And so, okay, I'm going to make all these social media and all these accounts. Hopefully you remember all the passwords. And you determine for each product or each game which one makes the most sense.
네, 저게 질문 마이크 전달 부탁드리겠습니다. Thank you. 한글로 편하게 질문 주셔도 되니까요.
So my question, as a publisher, when do you want to hear about the game that you will publish?
That's a great question as well. We get submissions all the way from I have an idea, I put it on the Snapchat, can I show you, to this game has been out for 3 months. So those are the very far examples. We prefer not to see it when it's so nascent that it's just a design document. Unless the team has previous experience where you can say, okay, here's our idea for whatever genre, this game. But we've made this game and we've made 3 games before. So it's very specific in that case. I would say if you have a trailer, it's a good start. If you have a game or a prototype that hasn't been announced, that's even better. Because our purpose really when we work together is to just try to bang the drum and get as many people to listen about the game. If you've already announced the game and we have to re-announce it, there's a lot less interest when it comes to that. So I would say somewhere between when you have a prototype and you have an idea of when the game's you're done to probably safely do it right, I would say 6 to 8 months before you plan to release the game. Because as you get closer to that release date, we all have financial constraints. So if you need to release the game and you're 3 months out from release, and we say, okay, this is fantastic, we want to do 6 months worth of PR marketing on it, you say, well, we can't do do that because we need the game out in 3 months to start making royalties from Steam. And we do funding, so something like that, you'd be like, well, if we do that, we need X amount of dollars to do something like that. So ideally, we step back and we say 6 to 8 months before we think our game's out, and hopefully at that time you have an announcement. Either if you saw one of our slides, we said 6 to 12 months of when you announce the game. The smaller a game is, generally, the less time you want to spend announcing it because you'll get winded trying to promote it. So again, prototype to 6 to 8 months before it's out. And if you already released the game, there's very little we can do on that platform. But if you have, for example, if you have a Steam game and you say, hey, this is a Steam game, but we want to release it on Xbox One, Switch, that's slightly different kind of business model. Like, yeah, we do, for example, Gumtree is out on Steam right now, and it's been well known, but there's a lot of people who benefit from that.
네, 여기 가운데 이모님. 먼저 질문에 앞서 정말 팬들고 만나게 해서 감사합니다. 처음부터 모든 것을 공개하지 말고 조금씩 공개하라고 말씀하셨는데 정말 사실 처음 들어가는 경우는 그 전부를 보여주지 않으면 아무도 안 봐줄 것 같다는 생각 때문에 최대한 이렇게 보여주는 경향이 있는데 이런 경우에도 아까 말씀하신 그 전략이 통하는지 궁금합니다.
You told that you have a make a PR strategy and exposure games step by step slowly, but he asked you the small indie game wants to they don't have many chance and they are usually trying to reveal all the game to the public. So, can you give advice for small indie game?
Absolutely. If you want to do it yourself, if you want to try, even if you haven't done it, you can. There are tools online. I wouldn't know how to search for them in South Korea, but at least in the U.S., you can start to look at something as simple as PR template or PR template template. And the way we look at it is, at bare minimum, if you were to make your own, what I would advise you is you need to announce the game, obviously. You need to tell people when it's coming out. These are 3 different sort of not strategies, but very tactics. So you announce the game. Let's say you announce the game on January 1st. Probably reality since the holiday. But you announce it on January 2nd, and you get people excited. And let's say you already know it's coming out March 15th. You announce it on January. Then sometime in February, when it makes sense for you and your team as well as for promotion, you would announce the release date. And then the last thing would be when the game comes out, you would announce that it's out. And this would be through a press release, and you would try to reach out to your contacts. And that's a bare minimum of what you need to do for every game. I don't suggest you do the bare minimum. That will not yield very good results. But it's difficult if you do not know the right contacts. So what do you do? How do you reach out to them? Well, you know the game, you know the target market. So like anything else, you should start researching what websites are going to cover this kind of game. What websites have covered this kind of game? What websites won't cover this kind of game? Who is the writer starting on an editorial site? Who is the writer who regularly covers these kinds of games? So, and you try to just send them an email and build that rapport. As far as the plan, like I said, there's more specific things where you would have to build the assets, trailers, certain things. It is possible on your own. If it is your first game and it is an indie game, I would suggest if you have a community of developers in here, you should start asking people you're comfortable with how they have done it in the past and what. It's almost more important to know what hasn't worked than what has worked, because if you find out what doesn't work, you will generally get steered into what looks much better. So that's what I was thinking to you is treat marketing and PR, whether you're a programmer, you're a designer, you're an artist, treat it like any other discipline. And how did you start with programming? How did you start with art? You just started learning and you started doing research and now Google. And just learn the basics of it and learn what you can do. And determine if you even want to do it on your own. It might be too much for you to do. It might take you away from the game, but it is incredibly important.
네,
질문에 혹시 답이 되셨는가 모르겠네요. 네. 혹시 또 다른 질문 있으면 받도록 하겠습니다. 네, 이쪽에 마이크 좀 부탁드리겠습니다.
Hi, I'm from Canada. To make a link between Chris's conference and yours, I'd like to know, like Chris has the enormous privilege to work on the same title for 9 years. It's one of the first time I hear such a long delay. And on your side, you say, stay on schedule in bold characters. So how do you reconcile the requirements of creativity with the requirements of staying on schedule?
Staying on schedule is dependent on, particularly, I should have been more clear, but staying on schedule, especially when you've announced. You can't go dark once you've announced the game. And we make the mistake as developers, I've done it as well, we make the mistake as developers that we get so excited for our game that we announce it too soon. If you have the ability to work on a game for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 9 years, that's fantastic. If it works for you. But you can have both. You can compromise it. And my point to that mainly is if you've announced your game, you really need to stay on schedule because, or announce the game but don't announce when it's coming out. That's another option to it. So you can have it many ways. But if you announce the game and you say this game is definitely coming out June 17th, 2019, and June 17th comes out and you didn't release it, you should probably have a good reason, and that good reason might still cost you some sales. We have a game we announced it this year. It's called Crystal Crisis. It's a puzzle game. And we have been working on it in secret for, at this point, over 2 years, almost 3 years. And we haven't been on schedule at all. It was supposed to be a 6-month game that turned into a 12-month game that turned into 1.5 to 2 years. And it just got better and better and better, but we hadn't announced it. So we weren't on schedule at all. But we were on schedule to make a good game that I'm happy with and I think the team's happy with. Now that we've announced it, we're committed.
네, 가장 빨리 손들어 주신 그 앞에 두 번째 앉으신 분께 마이크 넘기겠습니다.
Tyrone, first off, congrats on bringing Gun Read to Switch. It's huge. So earlier we were talking about how through PR announcements, you don't want to reveal everything about your game. You don't want to spoil it for your audience. And obviously, depending on the style of game, that balance might change. My team and I are working on a story-driven game, so we're constantly trying to figure out what's the right balance between revealing enough that you tease the game, but not so much that you spoil the entire game. So I was wondering what are your thoughts on that?
For that genre, I would defer a lot actually to how Hollywood treats its press promotions and judges. Because if you're watching a good movie, and that's obviously debatable, it's subjective. If you're watching, or a story-driven movie, like Peanuts, or something that's very specific to the story versus action, they treat how they promoted their movies a very specific way, where they focus on the story, and again, they don't say too much, but just enough to pique their interest. Whereas with an action game, again, and I'll defer to things like fighting games and racing games, where it's very visceral, and it's very easy to see what's going on. But with a story game, you need to, again, treat it like you've never seen the game, which is difficult. And pretend whether you've announced it or not, you watch the trailer again, and you ask yourself or ask your friends, somebody, they don't even have to play a game, say, what would you want to know about this game? And determine whether or not it aligns with how much you're able to release, or how much you're able to say about the plot. Because if you get to the end, and I hope everybody's seen Star Wars and you see Darth Vader's who's dad, well then, there goes your whole campaign. Right? But if you piece, and you treat it, 5%, 10%, 15%, as you keep going on, and you find a comfortable place to stop, you're treating those promotions in the marketing for a story-driven game, you're treating it like a cliffhanger. You want to know the rest, play the game, and then you'll get caught up. Book promotions are also another great example of how that industry handles it because it's very specific to, they don't want to tell you everything, otherwise you won't buy the book.
Awesome, thanks.
Actually, you mentioned another one. Firewatch is a great example of how they treat a story-driven promotions and marketing.
네, 바로 다음 질문이어서. 네.
Hi there. I want to ask two questions if possible. So as a publisher or developer, will you recommend us to expand as many IPs as possible or try to find a hit and then just focus on that title until you cannot focus on it anymore? And the second one is for small team with smaller budgets, will you recommend using PR agencies?
I'll answer the first question and say no, because they're very expensive. I work for PR agencies, and in the US, they might pay an assistant $30 an hour, and then they would charge you $150 an hour for that assistant. So it's expensive either way, but what could you do with $30 an hour versus $150 an hour if you go directly to somebody? As far as your first question, I don't believe in making IP for the sake of making IP. I play games every day. I love games. I love working on games, developing games for our staff. I think you should make what you want to make. That's the best way to go. The bad part to that suggestion is if you make a game that only you want to play, well, I hope you're aware of that. You have to be aware that you're going to make a game that's very specific to you. To the second part of that question, they're not entirely related, they're not mutually exclusive. You can make a game, if you make a hit, follow your audience. We've done that with some of our games. With Cave Story, we've done free expansions that people have loved. With Isaac, we've done 3 paid expansions, and we're working on a 4th because fans want that. But you have to find a way that you can, your artistic side, your creative side can deal with it as far as like, do we want to make this? Is this great? And the financial side, does this make sense? So it's difficult in some cases. In our cases, we found the Cave Story fans love the free updates that we've done. We've continued to make updates and enhance the game, and they've accepted those. Whereas the Binding of Isaac fans, they've been willing to pay for paid DLC. That's not necessarily required to get the full experience of the game, but whether we like it or not, there's a very specific reason why we're on Final Fantasy 15. You know, Square found, hey, we made an RPG and people like it, make another one. There's a reason why Fast and the Furious is up until 9. So, as much as that sounds so crushing for creativity, I would say if you enjoy a successful IP and you enjoy continuing to iterate on it and develop it, and you can stay true to the work that you've made, there's nothing wrong with it at all.
네, 그 시간 관계상 이제 마지막 한 분 더 받을 텐데요. 손들어 주신 분에게 마이크를 넘기고 나머지 궁금한 질문 사항들은 점심 때 별도로 이제 찾아가셔가지고 질문 주시면 될 것 같습니다.
여러 게임들하고 게임 컨택을 많이 하실 텐데 이 게임은 되겠다라고 하는 본인만의 판단 기준이 있다면 무엇이 있을까요?
For me, I look at a game, and whether I play for 5 or 10 minutes or an hour, I think all of us, we can tell whether we like a game within a few seconds. Nicholas as a company, I would say over the last 11 years, we have a very specific kind of personality. A lot of the staff who are playing 8-bit, 16-bit, 32 games. So for us, it's I would say more traditional games that are more, some people would call them twitchy or action-based. But regardless of the genre, what I'm always looking for, and I think what the rest of the staff is always looking for, has the team put in the passion? Have they designed the game in a way that feels good? Whether you jump, does it jump instantly? Whether if it's a story, you know, if it's a story-driven game, is the story compelling? That's what we look at for every genre. We're looking, is the game a great example of the genre that it's in?
네, 그러면은 질의응답 시간은 어느새 20분이 딱 지나가네요. 질의응답 시간 여기서 마치도록 하고요. 부산에서 전 세계로 이칼리스 커넥션이라는 주제로 말씀해 주신 타이론 로드리게스 씨에게 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 감사합니다. 네, 바로 이어서 세션 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 다음으로는 블록체인 and games are a match made in heaven. 네, 블록체인과 게임은 천생연분이다라는 주제로 다음 세션을 이제 열어주실 엔진사의 로저 월코 VP of Communication 부사장님을 모시도록 하겠습니다. 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
안녕하세요. My name is Roger Walco. I'm the Vice President of Communications at Enjin. I'm a longtime game designer, and actually I'd better pay attention to the clock. Some time is very short. I'm a longtime game designer. I've been a game designer about 25 years. I've worked across AAA, PC, console, mobile, VR, AR, and I've worked at a lot of big shops in the West, BioWare, Activision, Electronic Arts. And like all of you guys, I think I also ran a mobile studio called Lifeform for about 10 years. So I know what the indie life is like. And my specialty really is game design. And I'd like to thank my previous speakers because they touched on a lot of topics that are very central to me as President Agreement. I have a personal mission, which is that I'd like to make the game industry a better place for us and a better place where we can all thrive. And that means being able to finish our games as well as make the games good. So I'd like to see before we start, a show of hands, how many people here would consider themselves somebody who at least once has worked at a big pro studio or publisher? How many people would consider themselves right now to be an indie developer? And how many people are sort of like a student or learning and hoping to get into games? And what about anybody that's anything else somehow that I didn't figure out? Okay. So before I talk about how I'm going to present things today, I wanted to touch on the title, Blockchain Games Are a Match Made in Heaven. Without getting into the details of it, because you can see a lot of our materials and others on the internet and learn that way, blockchain has been described as a kind of new internet, something that is maybe a little bit slower in some cases, but much, much more secure. And we at Enjin use this blockchain, in a short version, we use the blockchain to store game objects, anything you could have in a game, characters, armor, vehicles, weapons, stuff, and make them truly secure and unique. So right now, we don't really treat game objects as super unique because, for instance, I'm a big Diablo player. If I get something really rare, a matching armor set in Diablo, it's not that unique because I know my buddy can buy a hacked version or whatever, right? But what if we could really make it real, just like you can't have my glasses because I have them. There's only one, right? Roger's glasses. So personally, I've been on a mission to do some of these kind of things. You might say they're Ready Player One kind of features, like the movie or the book, since the early 90s. I really wanted to do these things. And now, because of some of the features I see in Enjin, which is what brought me to join Enjin, I can make these things happen. And so I wanted to roll this out to you guys. So one more show of hands. How many people here feel like they have an idea of what the blockchain is and why it might change the game industry? How many say yes? I know what that is. How many people are like, I have no idea what you're talking about, Roger? Yeah.
Neither, basically.
Okay, so my approach today is going to be to I'm not going to try to get into how it works. I'm going to try to tell you as a designer to designers, what I think you can do for your studio. You can find all the rest of it online in our materials. I'd also like to say, and I'm going to kind of rush through it, my method is going to be to present a concept, and then I'm going to give a little design-y example to go with it. Also, our entire team, by the way, I'd like to send you my regards from our team. They're all here. Our team in Seoul is here in full force, along with our advisor, Park Hongse, who's going to be here all weekend. I'll be here. Mark is here from the Philippines and Quebec. So we're here to answer all the questions and demonstrate stuff to you. Hence my brief format right now. Okay. The concept here is true item ownership for games. So as I mentioned, once you have the ability to truly control your game items in your game by guaranteeing that they are unique, you enter a whole new kind of gameplay world, a place where you can give players a new kind of wish fulfillment, where they can really be special. And a lot of us play games for that reason. Now we can kind of make that wish real. You can make new kinds of games, and you can treat your players differently and unlock new design features because their game items are truly real, solid, and unhackable. So I'm going to launch into some of these neat things that I think you can do with the blockchain for games. If I have a Babe Ruth baseball, famous American baseball player, and it's signed, okay, it's worth a lot of money. And I'm not really a guy who cares about money, but I care if I have something that's really special. Let's just say it's more Roger style since I'm kind of a craftsman outside of work. If I had a 1,000-year-old sword that was handmade and signed by some Korean blacksmith from 1,000 years ago who was a famous smith, that would be a big deal for me. I don't really care what it's worth, but that's a big deal that I have that thing. We want to do that to games. And our toolkit, basically we make a toolkit that is built into Unreal and Unity and Minecraft. It's free to use. And essentially, even if you're an artist or a designer, you don't have to write code to do this. You can do that. You can sort of create these blockchain-based game objects that are automatically secure and tradable and things. The tools are coming out sometime in less than a month. They've already started to release, but we're really on the edge of it, which is why I'm here to present to you today. I also, you're going to see in the second half of my talk, I have a major announcement specifically for the Korean dev community. It's probably the biggest reason I'm here. Let's dive in. So essentially, we're making game objects that you can trade, sell, craft, just like you would in real life. You know, if I'm at a Starbucks or something and I collect baseball cards, I could go to a Starbucks and trade them with my friends. That's a really cool social thing. I love it when we cross over out of gaming into like sort of a social reality. In other words, it's not just me getting lost inside of my game, but the game also becomes my real life hobby, like collecting something, right? So my quotes mean this is going to be a little example. I'm talking to you as the player. Pretend you're the player. Hey, you're at a Holly's Coffee, and you're playing this game called Bugs. It's a bug trading game. Let's just say it's like a Pokemon type game. Everybody knows that Holly's Coffee are trading portals. You went to a Holly's Coffee, hey, do you want to trade with other people? You can trade gear. You can trade parts. You can trade cool color schemes. You can trade animations, whatever you want. So you're trading, right? That's pretty fun. But now, wow, oh my God, look, I just noticed that all the way across the room, there's somebody who I'm trading with. There's, 3 other people trading. Oh my God, it's my old buddy from college. Let me go say hi. So that's really, to me, a design thing that I really like to see. So we're kind of extending the gaming session into a social, real-life realm, kind of pure wish fulfillment. And our tools let you, I didn't mention, you can trade inside of the app. If you're on mobile or if you're in a PC game, you can trade there. You can trade through our mobile wallet. So I'm on the subway, going home to play Diablo. I want to trade and build up some stuff, I can do that. Later on, we can also trade online as well. I'm going to gloss over this a little bit, just because time is so short, but we can also do this with real-world prizes. We could give you a QR code. In America, we have McDonald's, the Happy Meal, right? You take your kid to McDonald's, and you get a little plastic toy. Well, now we could give you a game item, right? A QR code could turn into a game item. hey, you got a golden pickaxe from Minecraft. That's pretty neat. We can even use this as a way to bring in new players that haven't seen our game. As an old man, 25-year veteran game developer, and a little bit grumpy, I should have had a cane. But it's a big problem, as everybody's saying, is to be able to finish your game and get it out and pay for it, okay? As designers and game programmers, we don't want to deal with that, but we have to. So what if I told you that besides your marketplace and your free-to-play game, you could create kind of an extra revenue stream that could keep your team going? The way this works is that basically you're taking that huge black market that's out there, something like, I don't know if you guys know this, it still blows my mind, almost $100 million of virtual game items only, are traded all around the world. $100 billion. It's like a third the annual revenue of Toyota Motor Corporation. And we're just letting that money mostly go to publishers and our black markets. What if you could kind of tap that a little bit? You're saying, hey, trading is totally legal in our game. We're going to design around it, feature-wise, and help us out with a little, the developer can set it 2%, 3%. A little bit of fee when you trade helps the developer keep providing this. It's like we're the PayPal for your game experience, right? That's very powerful. You can also do a neat thing with crafting, similar to trading. What if you, in order to build some rare item in the game, I had to find the blueprint as a player. I had to find all the parts. And then I had to go hunt down, there's only 5 of these, I'm gonna call them Jedi crafters, level 100 crafters in the game. This is more for a online MMO type game. Hey, bring me all that stuff and I'll forge it for you. But as the crafter, I get the cachet of being that guy in real life. And he can charge a little bit of money for it, in-game gold, or ask you to do a favor for him or her. And the developer can also take a tiny bit of that. There's a really good way to work this within mobile that I'm not going to get into now, but it's very important, of course, to work within all the regulatory structures, Apple, Google, everybody. I can talk about that offline. We talked about this. Why let all your revenues go out to some black market, right? Bring in a game, help you pay your team. It's a lightweight enough thing. We've seen from some of the big MMOs that do it well, where players don't mind giving you 50 cents, 25 cents here and there. It's like you're making their life happy. I'm gonna skip this. Okay. So it's a big theme for me, personally, to work within all of the regulatory, legal, and business structures in any place, in a business environment or in a certain district or country. All of these things that I just talked about are really, really cool. But it's very important that we work within, rather than try to break the system, we try to work within the system to try to evolve it. This is where I'm going to make my big announcement, but I'm not going to show it to you yet. Everybody's been asking about this, and I've been holding back. Let me just tell you guys where, since blockchain is kind of new to most of you guys, where we're at in the present climate. The Korean government and regulatory ministries really like blockchain a lot. They think it's really cool. It's a cutting edge technology that's a real game changer. We also have some of the world's biggest cryptocurrency investors in Korea. But we also have a government setup that really doesn't like cryptocurrency. Okay? So the normal way Enjin works is we use a little bit of cryptocurrency to make the blockchain objects happen, We're not really like a coin for gaming, we're more about our technology and making these blockchain objects. So it was very easy for us to think about what's going on in Korea and by the way, we built a whole team here. We put more energy into South Korea than anywhere else in the world other than where I live in the States. This has been a huge market. I'm here all the time. We've got a full-time team here, a very famous advisor on our team. It's very strong, and a lot of money and energy has gone into Seoul. So we took a look at what you guys need, the developers here, and what we needed to do to make it work well within government structures in a way that we hope that actually the technology part of the government would love you guys for doing this. is we're announcing something called Enjin K. It's a special version of Enjin that does not really feature any cryptocurrency. We've kind of adjusted our technology a little bit to let your studio get on the blockchain, do all of this cool feature stuff that I've been talking about without ever having to use any cryptocurrency. Yet you get access to all of our tools, and you know that Enjin backs all your items like super security. This is kind of a big deal because you're going to see a lot of our adopters in the West that are already making games using Enjin. There's a few developers here that are really blocked on this topic, so we decided to adjust things. It's going to be a subscription model instead of our normal model, okay, similar to a lot of Unity plugins. And this paves the way for you guys to do all this blockchain stuff, be well accepted by the government here in South Korea, take advantage of all of our tools and security and our full platform, and then, down the road, if things open up, we can unlock it all just like the rest of everything. So this is I think this is going to be very strong. What's our timing like? Got about 5 more minutes? Yes? Okay. There's a way to control who's allowed to trade and who's not, kind of using a two-step verification process. It's important that certain countries have this as an issue. Come talk to me offline about it if you're interested, but it's important that we take care of it. Similar, if you're worried about mobile, we have a major developer here saying, oh, we're really worried, is Apple gonna boot us out for doing this? No, they're not. First of all, Enjin and also Consensus, which is big Ethereum Foundation type group, are in policy talks with Google and Apple. I'm gonna be there in October speaking with them about this. And second of all, we have a way to make all of our technology work, so that, again, just like the government, you take care of Google, you take care of Apple, and you're not doing anything that's gonna get them angry at you or you off their platform. It's important. They thrive, you thrive back. Okay, and wrapping up, kind of how does Enjin work as sort of a economy? In the States, we're almost seeing some of the big entertainment groups seeing Enjin as like, hey, this is kind of the PayPal for the blockchain. It's just, this is our easy solution to just get into all this stuff. And that's very much how we've tried to set our stuff up. You don't have to do a lot of programming to make it work. So here's the life cycle. Minting, that means I need to make 10,000 magic swords because I'm making a collectible card game. I need to boot up 10,000 magic swords and put them in my game. We call that minting. Designers create the game objects, and under Enjin K, we put them into your company vault for you, or company wallet. 2, players collect the game objects, all the usual ways, by loot or by buying them in a marketplace, whatever you want as a team. Real world social gaming. This is if you want to use QR tokens to bring, say, objects from a trade show into a game or something. Okay, they can then be traded. Then the last 2 are trading and crafting. We talked about that. Using in-game gold only, no fiat, no other kind of crypto. You allow the players to trade and sell objects with each other. So this works well within exactly how games already work in Seoul or in Busan. Crafting works similar to trading. I'm not going to say much about it. But suffice it to say, they can recycle the items back into the game. We've got a handful of early adopters and more coming very quickly. Mostly, some of these are European, mostly American, a little bit of Canadian studios. All kinds of game. First one is kind of time's so short. I'll touch on what these are later. But there's some really cool games being made, all using Enjin. Really, really neat stuff. And there's some pretty well-known game developers from the big studios kind of jumping onto the bandwagon. Myself and our other vice president, Pat Levine, are both from BioWare. We see a lot of our ex-BioWare friends kind of getting interested in this stuff. It's a good sign, and it's going faster all the time. And I think we're going to start seeing that in South Korea. Having a team here and myself being here a lot really helps that to happen. So feel free to bug us if you're interested. And I'm almost finished. There's one last announcement. Oh, I got 3 minutes. Come see us at our booth. We'll be here all weekend. You might want to go see Tanvi or Noah or Mark or myself, Roger, or Mark Kongso once he gets here. We'll all be around. Just look for the purple shirt. Some things that might be really useful to you as a developer. One of the things that we're doing for developers as my Pierre here talked about just a minute ago is marketing is incredibly expensive for a developer. We often don't even budget for it when we should, but you got to do it. So we've put together an early adopters program. People who are coming onto Enjin. Enjin has a massive social media presence, and they can take advantage of our PR. So this is something that we really made an effort. If someone's going to be an early adopter of Enjin, we will help them with that. So if that helps you, bug us and we'll help you back. As I mentioned, we're all available to talk shop. I'm also going to be in Seoul for the week after this. So if you or another team would like to sit me down and really talk shop and get into detail, I'm glad to do it. It's why I'm here. We're giving away blockchain-based stuff. Come to the booth. I don't really know the details yet, but you'll see us at the booth. If you want to pick up some blockchain stuff, or if you want to see the mobile wallet, we'll demonstrate it to you. You can see it's been pretty interesting to watch the jaws. I don't know what you say in Korea, but watch the jaws drop, right? When people, we show developers live trading on the Ethereum blockchain. You know, we've got game objects stored on the phone. Well, they're not really on the phone, they're on the cloud. But we trade them from one person to another, and they get a text that says, Roger gave you his magic sword, or whatever. It's really pretty neat, pretty neat. I have no idea what it says. Anyway, I think we're good. We can do questions, I think, offline, just considering the timing. Just bug me if you have a question. And yeah. 감사합니다.
세션이 다 마감되는데 그래도 아마 이제 블록체인 요즘 많이 관심들을 갖고 있으니까 질문 하나의 질문만 받도록 하겠습니다. 한 분 질문 있으시면은 질문을 받도록 하겠습니다. 질문 없으신가요? Is there any question? 네, 아무래도 부스에 가서 직접 질문을 저기 한 분 있네요. 마이크 드리겠습니다.
Please. Hello.
Hello there. I'm making a single player RPG. Is there any way to apply blockchain to it?
One more time. One more time.
Okay. So I'm also making a single player RPG, and I'm just wondering if there's a way to apply it.
Yes. In fact, we actually have a developer in Berlin, outside of Berlin, Germany, that is doing a single player RPG, really using this stuff. So I'm glad to show you. Basically, the idea is you can do a lot of neat gameplay stuff by being able to collect items, knowing they're secure, and maybe create unique items or trade them with other people. There's some real great features you can do pretty easily.
All right, thanks.
Of course. You can also use a marketplace very effectively, knowing that people aren't going to be able to hack it.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
네, 그러면은 질문도 받고 싶지만은 we are one of time. Okay. 네, 궁금하신 점들은 이제 부스 찾아주시면 되고요. 네, 이번 세션 여기서 마치도록 하겠습니다. 엔진사의 로저 월코 부사장님이었습니다. 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 자, 이제 점심시간인데요. 입구 쪽으로 나가시면은 간단한 샌드위치와 음료가 준비되어 있습니다. 입장할 때 저희가 전달드린 쿠폰으로 교환을 하셔서 중식을 드시면 되겠습니다. 네, 중식을 드실 장소는 이제 아래층에 시내 라운지라고 있습니다. 그래서 다 드시고 나서 쓰레기는 잘 정리해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 이어서 오후 일정으로는 1시부터 추가 다음 세션이 있을 테니까요. 식사 후 다시 입장해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 자, 그럼 1시에 뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Une heure, ok. Le chien a dit like this, au lieu de la gueule, puis je commençais à